I would like to welcome our presenters for tonight's presentation. Joining us tonight, we have Ms. Laura Gast and Mandy Livings. They are the coordinators for Extended Learning Opportunities. Joining them tonight is also Mr. Patrick Heath. He is the coordinator for Instructional and Information Tech Training. Welcome.
All right, thank you all for joining us to learn a little bit about summer school. My name is Laura Gast, and I'm one of the Extended Learning Opportunity Coordinators, and my partner, Mandy Livings, will jump back on shortly. She's having some computer issues. So we'll get started. We're just going to go over some of the offerings and programs for this year for the summer. We do offer a variety of programs, both remediation and enrichment opportunities for students in grades K through 12. We're divided into two components. When I talk about summer learning, that is more our remediation, boosting, getting extra help to get you ready for the next year or recovering credits in high school. And then discovery enrichment is for students to take fun classes that they're interested in a bunch of different content areas. Registration opened this week on April 9th for all programs. Again, we opened April 9th. Registration will close on May 24th for grades, all students in kindergarten through grade 8. And for our discovery programs, high school will be open through May 31st. That gets us a little closer to graduation and making sure students know what classes they have passed for the year. We need that little extra time closing on the 24th to arrange transportation for our kindergarten through grade 8 classes. Registration will be through Parent View for all of our remediation opportunities. And if you have questions, once you get into Parent View or are struggling to get into Parent View, then please contact your school. They will be able to help you with your Parent View account. Today, Mr. Heath is going to show you step-by-step directions for Parent View and for the registration process. But if you have any questions, your school is who can help you with Parent View and reset Parent View accounts if needed. We are providing transportation for summer school. It will not be the same as your bus stop now. There are more satellite sites, so they may not be directly at your house, but we will have transportation options throughout the county. Those will be coming out closer to the start of the program as people register and we know who is attending. For all of our programs, whether it's enrichment or remediation, we will provide breakfast and lunch for all students at all of our sites. The traditional remedial program for kindergarten through grade 8 will focus primarily on your math and reading skills. If your student has attended in the past, it will look a little different than it has in prior years. We are following the guidelines that the Virginia Department of Education has put out for all-in tutoring, and that is how students were recommended to attend summer school based on the scores and guidelines that the VDOE had put out. This will be designed kind of as an extension of the school year and support students may already be receiving, and we will be utilizing certain platforms that will work on their math and reading skills to help prepare them for next year and for essential skills that they're going to need going into the next school year. And your school should have let you know already if you were recommended to attend. If you are in grades K through 8, you should have already received notification that you should attend summer school or that it's recommended. If you have not, or if you have questions about that, reach out to your school to see if that is something that your students should do. The dates for summer school for kindergarten through 8th grade will be June 24th to July 12th. Noting with the July 4th holiday, there will be no school on July 4th or 5th. Our hours are there for you. Elementary will be 9 a.m. to 12:30. Middle school will be 7:45 to 11:30. The remediation programs are tuition free for all students. These are the locations where summer school will be held. We're at 5 middle schools and 14 elementary schools. If you go to the summer learning website on the PWS site, it would tell you where you would go if you are not one of these schools listed. It does have it broken down by feeder schools. It's all by geographic region, so you will probably be at a school close to where you are if it is not at your school. But you can find that on the website, which school your student would attend. When you register, in Parent View, it will tell you what school you should be attending and where it is located at automatically. For high school, grades 9 through 12, we will start June 20th. That is a Thursday. It is right after the Juneteenth holiday, and it will go through July 26th. The hours for the day are 7:30 to 1. Again, you do have July 4th and 5th off also. Graduation, if you are a senior hoping to graduate in summer this year, will be at July 30th at the Hilton Performing Arts Center. The high schools will be located at Freedom on the east and Osborne Park for the west. These courses are for students who have previously failed a course and are working to recover or remediation and get back on track. If you are looking to take a course to get ahead, then you should be looking at the virtual Prince William program. Again, this program for credit recovery is also tuition free. Students may take up to 2 courses. This is new this year for grades 9 through 11. Students will take 1 course at a time. We are using a self-paced model for summer school. And if students are able to get through their first course in the first 3 weeks, they will be allowed to start a second course if needed. If you have any questions about what course you should take, what course you should sign up for, please have your student reach out to their school counselor. They will be best equipped to help make the decision on what course they should sign up for. There is an attendance policy. We do expect students to be in person, and they may not miss more than 3 cumulative days. So that does take into account if you are missing half days or being tardy to school. You do need to be there to receive the course credit. Here's a list of the courses that are offered for grades 9 through 11. If they have the asterisks next to them, that means that they will take the corresponding SOL test at the end of the summer session if the student is still in need of that SOL test. Again, please speak with your counselor about what the best option and which course that they should take. One course that is offered that is not credit recovery is the driver's education classroom. If you have a student that just needs to take the classroom portion of driver's ed, that they can sign up and take this. The program date is shorter. It is just July 8th through July 17th. Students must attend every day of this program. They must be there for all of the hours. And there is an informational session that parents also have to attend. And this is to receive that green card that students get for their license. For seniors that are working toward graduating this summer, but did not meet the requirements to graduate in June, this is also at Freedom and Osborne Park. Students will be allowed to take up to 2 courses. And again, meet with your counselor about the requirements and how this would work for them in the summer based on your own students' needs. And it is again free. We also offer testing options. These would be for students that passed the class during the year, but did not pass the corresponding SOL or still need testing to work towards graduation requirements. So these are for people that have already passed the class. We offer 2 different types: SOL 2-week remediation, and that will start on June 24th. They will take the SOL test at the end of that week. If they do not pass, they would come back the next week and take it again July 3rd for a second attempt. SOL testing only will be offered on June 28th, and that is for students that scored a 375 or above, so they were very close to passing, and if they need to come and just try to retake the test without the remediation. I do recommend, if able, to sign up for the remediation to get that practice and to get that before you try to take your test again. And these also are of no cost, and if you have questions, again, about which to take, please speak with your counselor and they can direct you in the right direction.
Great. And another option that we have are discovery enrichment programs. So these are for students in kindergarten through grade 8. There are offerings across content areas such as art, music, STEM, coding, game design, math, mindscape, and robotics. And these programs will be held at Pennington and Porter traditional schools, and they run right after our elementary and middle school dates. So July 15th to 26th and 9 to 12:30 p.m. And there is a tuition for these programs, but scholarships are available and transportation is provided from satellite sites. So similar to what Laura was talking about for our other summer programs, they will be satellite sites, and breakfast and lunch is provided for students that attend these programs. And registration opened on April 9th and it will run until May 26th. And the registration directions are on our summer school website, and I just put that in the chat. And for this registration, it is a little different. They will go through Student Quick Pay, RICOR, and that way we can collect the payment. And information is available on our website with specific course dates. You can read the descriptions and the times of the courses and make your selection. And I'm going to turn it over to Patrick Keith, and he's going to go through the registration process and what that looks like. So thank you so much, Patrick.
All right, give me a second. I'm going to share my screen here. So good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm going to walk you through both the mobile version as well as our web version of going through and using Parent View. You'll notice I have currently the mobile version on my cell phone here. So I'm going to log in. Just for everyone's note, I'm using a testing environment that we have. So the information you see is data that I have input into the system. So we're going to go ahead and log in. You'll use your login that you have. It should open up your screen here showing your children. You're going to click on OLR, Online Records. Once you're in OLR, click one more time. And it's going to open you up to our registration packets. We're going to scroll to the very bottom. And you'll notice the icons for the different packets we have available for parents to input data. We're going to scroll all the way, and we're going to begin with our Case 8 summer school. You'll see the welcome screen. Each of the screens, I advise you to go ahead and make sure you read all of the information on that screen before you click any of the buttons. So we're going to read through this. At the bottom, you have a blue continue button. You're going to press that once you have read through and you kind of understand all of the information. From here, you should see your 3 children. For this particular parent, to see their 3 children, you'll see the children from your household. You're going to click Save and Continue. You're going to do your electronic signature. It's your first and last name. And just to make sure you know which one that the system is looking for, it should be up here in your upper right corner as well. So now I'm going to press save and continue. Now we're on the validation screen. So it's going to validate your home address. You'll notice though, I can't change it and I cannot choose that box. So it's what's currently with your school. If there's anything that you see incorrect, you'll need to reach out to your home school to make those changes. Now it's your mailing address. Again, we're going to verify that and then press save and continue. Now you're verifying the demographics. So we see your name, we see preferred language, we see the address, and we press save and continue. So now that we've completed your application, if you needed to make any of those edits, you can edit here. Otherwise, we're ready to click save and continue. Now you'll notice the oh, I'm sorry, these are your emergency contacts. So these are your contacts that you have in the normal school year. If you need to make any edits or changes, you can make those edits here or delete. Then we press save and continue. And now we're working with our students. So you'll notice the 2 students that I have in this family that are within the K-8 bracket are here. If I wanted to take one of them, so we're going to have Irene not do summer school, you can take them and exclude them. If for some reason you hit that by mistake, you can also click include, and it will bring them back into focus. To begin, scroll over, you'll see an in progress yellow button for each of the students. So I'm going to begin with my kindergarten student. Then it's going to bring you to your first set of questions. It says, choose a summer school program, and there's a drop-down menu. You're going to choose academic recovery support. And then will transportation need to be provided by PWCS? Again, you have a drop-down menu, yes or no. So we'll choose yes for this, save and continue. Now, based upon your address, you're going to choose, it says, please choose your summer school location. You'll notice there's only one location available. It's the school that is based upon your home address. You're going to choose Henderson Elementary School, save and continue. And now you're done with that first child. So if you had a middle schooler that you were registering or another school age student in K-8, you would just click the yellow button. And again, follow through those same steps. So we're going to choose summer program, academic recovery support, transportation, yes or no, save and continue, choose your school. So now it says George Hampton Middle, save and continue. And now that is complete for those 2 children. So at the bottom, I'm going to come down and save and continue. Now I have my review screen. So you've put in all the information, you're ready to go. You press the green. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Well, I'll try. Nope. I'm going to click the green button. It's going to bring you to a summary of all of the items that you've done. You do have edit buttons where you could edit any of the information, but the most important information for this section is going to summer school and making sure all of your choices are what you would want for your children to attend. Once you have verified all your information, you click the checkbox, and now you can click the green submit button. You have one more confirmation, just saying yes, all the information is correct. I'm going to press the blue OK. And now that summer school registration has been submitted and is awaited at your school. I'm going to press done. Let's see if I can go back. I'm going to go through one more time. Again, it's going to be quick, a little bit quicker this time. This time I'm going to choose high school. Again, you'll notice the screens are very, very similar. So now, instead of choosing the K-8, I'm going to go up here and choose summer school grades 9-12. Again, you get that same welcome information. So again, you'll choose the blue continue button at the bottom. Again, you're going to verify. You've gone through this already once. So this time it's going to be a lot quicker. So we're going to do our name here. Karen Brown. We click save and continue. And again, we're going to verify our home address, our mailing address, our demographics. Then you save and continue. Again, this is the emergency contacts for the high school student. And then now you'll notice that this time you see the high school student here at the top. Your elementary and middle are down here at the bottom because they are not eligible for high school summer school. Again, there is an exclude button if for some reason you didn't want your student in there. Now we're going to click in progress and we go through and complete the questions. So choose a summer school program. For this program, you have 3 options: 6-week high school summer school, SOL 2-week remediation and testing, and then standards of learning test only. We're going to go ahead and choose the 6-week high school. Does your student plan to graduate in July 2024? Yes or no? No. Will transportation need to be provided by PWCS? You choose yes or no. I'll say yes. Save and continue. Now you're going to choose the summer location. I'm sorry, for this one, you're going to choose your class. So for this, we're going to say Algebra 2. Do you wish to enroll in a second course? This is where you can say yes or no. We're going to go ahead and say no. Save and continue. And then now we're going to choose the high school. You'll notice that it already populates the one high school that you're zoned for. So Freedom High School for this student. We click save and continue. Again, we're going to scroll to the bottom and look for our blue save and continue button. And now we're ready to review. So we click green. We're going to scroll through this information just to make sure one more time it's correct. Again, paying close attention to our summer school application section. Once you've read through everything, check mark the box, the green button, one last confirmation, the blue OK, and now you have submitted registration for your high school student. So I'm going to switch screens here for a second. So I'm going to switch over to my laptop. All right, Laura or Mandy, are you seeing my laptop?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, good. All right, so you'll notice now I've put my username and my password already in, so ready to go. So we're going to log in. And I might have to I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. I need to log back into the hub. Okay, so we're going to pretend like you saw me log in. This is the screen you come to, just like you would see normally for parent view with your students. Now you're going to look in the upper right corner. So you'll notice where I have online records in the upper right corner. I'm going to choose online records. And again, that same screen we saw on the mobile version is here on the desktop version. I'm going to scroll down and again, choose my summer K-8 grades. Again, the same exact welcome information. Press continue. Verify my students. I click save and continue. And again, I'm going to put in my name. You'll notice here it's a little bit easier to see. So here's your name in the upper right corner. Choose save and continue. Again, verifying your home address. Save and continue. Verify your mailing address. Click blue, save and continue. You'll notice here you can see the check marks as you're going through the application. So now we're on the demographics for parents. So we verify our name, our address, save and continue again. This is all of our information as the parent guardians. One more, save and continue. These are the emergency contacts already put into Parent View for your children. So you're going to verify those. If you need to, for some reason, take one off, you can click delete, and that will remove that emergency contact for summer. Click the blue, save and continue once you're done. Now you'll see your students. For time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and exclude one of our K-8 because the process is the exact same. But again, I have my yellow in progress button. I'm going to choose my yellow in progress button. And again, go through my prompts. So choose your summer school program. Again, we choose academic recovery / support for K-8. Will transportation need to be provided by PWCS? We're going to say no for this student. Click the blue, save and continue. Now you'll choose your summer school location. Just as we saw on the mobile, again, it has our school already listed. So you choose that school, click the blue, save and continue. And now you're ready to verify your information. So you'll notice you have the green complete button. Scroll to the bottom, click save and continue. Now we're ready to click the green review button. And again, we have the review. So we're going to scroll down, reviewing all of your information just to make sure it's correct. But the most important information is going to be your summer school application. You will notice that because I deleted an emergency contact, it does give me a red kind of warning. Hey, this was deleted. Now I'm going to say, check. I've reviewed all registration data and verified that it is correct, and click submit. That one last confirmation paragraph pops up, so make sure you read that, and then click the blue OK, and you are complete. Now I'm going to scroll back to the top here and click on Parent View. Now I'm back to my Parent View screen. For high school students, again, you're going to choose the online records. Again, you'll scroll down to the bottom and you'll see summer school grades 9 through 12. Choose that. Again, you have your welcome screen, your blue continue button at the bottom. So once you've read through your welcome screen, click continue. Here's your student information. Again, you're just confirming that information, and then you click blue, save and continue. We're going to put your information, your name in one more time. Click save and continue, the blue button. Now, again, we're our verification. So verifying our home address, blue, save and continue. Verifying our mailing address. Then we choose blue, save and continue. Verifying your demographics, so you see your name, the language that you prefer, and your address. And then we click again, blue, save and continue. Here are your emergency contacts for summer school for your high school student. If you need to edit, again, choose edit. Otherwise, they're complete and they're ready to go. We save blue, save and continue. We're going to do blue, save and continue, and now we're at students. So here is your student. Again, you have that yellow in progress button. And again, once we choose that, now we have our options for summer school. So here's our high school options. Again, you see those 3 options listed. For this one, we're going to do this SOL 2-week remediation just to show you there's no difference. When you're choosing these, the steps are all the same. Does this student plan to graduate in July? No. Will transportation need to be provided by PWCS? We'll choose yes. Click save and continue. That brings you to your school choice. Again, because of the location, it assigns the high school already for you. Choose it and then click save and continue. Now we are done. We get the green complete button. We scroll to the bottom. Again, we see the blue save and continue, so we choose it. And now we're ready to review. So again, click the green review button. You're going to scroll through your information just one more time to make sure it's all correct, verifying especially that summer school application section. Then you choose checkbox, I have reviewed all registration data and verify that's correct, and choose the green submit button. Finally, you get that final confirmation screen again. You're going to read your paragraph, choose your blue button, okay, and you are done. So then you would be ready to come and click log out, and that is the completion of our summer school application.
There were a couple of questions in the chat, Patrick. One of the ones, I guess it was specific to the registration. It said, when I exclude my other kids, it would not allow me to continue. Is that something you can help with?
It should let you, because you notice where I excluded it in that second example. So it should let you go through, but I would also recommend that if you have that, bring it into your school registrar. They're going to be your best source of persons on the ground to help see if there's something else that we need to dig further into that application.
Someone else said, the summer school registration does not come up when I click on online registration on Parent View. Is it because I did not receive an email from my child's school, possibly?
I don't know 100%. I believe that the packet should be there for everybody. So again, if you're not seeing that, I would contact your school's registrar, let them put in a help ticket to our SIS department to find out why you're not seeing it on your registration screen. I would say for those, make sure you scroll to the very bottom, because I can't tell you how many times I've personally gotten, oh, I'm trying to click at the top and you can't click anything at the top. So make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom, and that's where you'll see those tiles.
Are there going to be any enrichment programs for high school students?
There is one I put in there, the college application essay is one that's offered for high school. And then I saw another question, can students that are starting kindergartners in the fall sign up for Discovery? Our Discovery courses are for students that just finished kindergarten, but I would suggest reaching out to your child's school to see if they may offer, a lot of schools offer programs for students that are going into kindergarten. So just reach out to your child's school.
I do also want to mention with Discovery, everything that Mr. Heath just showed you was how to register for the summer school programs for remediation at K through 12. The Discovery options, where there is a cost, you do register for those through the student quick pay option at your school online. There are step-by-step directions on the website, and you will only see in the quick pay options to sign up for classes that your student is eligible for. So the only ones that will show up in your student's quick pay are ones that are in their grade band. Like if they're currently in second grade, the classes for second graders, and also the ones in their geographic region, if you're on the eastern or western side, if it's at Pennington or Porter. So if you're in your student's quick pay account, you will see the ones that they're able to sign up for. And someone else just asked that question about the grade, and it is everything for summer is considered a continuation of the school year. So whatever grade they are currently in is what will count for summer school.
Yeah, and students do need to be recommended for summer school. If your child was not, please look at our Discovery options. There are lots of options for a wealth of content areas and interests, so definitely check those out.
There were a couple, I tried to answer a couple in the chat. Somebody did ask about virtual Prince William, and that is for students primarily for students taking a new class. You can take it as a credit recovery to get a credit, but there's no difference. You are taking the same class as the students that are taking it new. The difference with the credit recovery courses we offer in person is students take pre-tests and can test out of units that they already know. So they may be able to finish the content a little quicker if they have a lot of the content knowledge, where with VPW, you are doing the entire course. It will take you the whole time. It is still self-paced, and that is a virtual option. So if that is something that you are interested in or need, that is available. I also answered a driver's ed question that is separate. If you need to take health and PE too, driver's ed is a portion of that as far as the credit recovery piece. But we do offer it as a standalone course. That is a separate 8-day course. And that is just to get that card for your license if your student is trying to get a license and is not in health and PE too.
If you'd like, I can show the discovery. I'll pull up my account as a parent and I can show that.
Okay. Thank you.
Wow, that'd be great. Thank you.
Bus transportation will not be available until closer to the end of the school year. The high school stops will be out a little quicker. They are more satellite stops, express stops. They're not assigned to a specific student. If you have attended in the past, I will say that we have expanded, and instead of having to get to your local high school, every high school will have at least 3 express stops in each zone. So we will have triple the amount of bus stops for high school. Those will be put out right near the end of school, and because those are not student specific. The K through 8 and the Discovery will be put out a little bit later after registration closes, because they cannot make all of the routes until they have all of the students registered.
All right, I'm going to drop this in the chat really quick. This is the link that I'm at. So you'll notice it says studentquickpay.com/PWCS. You register as a parent. So if you don't have an account, create your account. So I'm going to log into my children's account. You notice at the top, I see my 2 children's names. I'm going to choose my youngest one, Jackson, who's in elementary. And down here, it says new items and summer school. So from here, I can choose summer school and I can see the different opportunities available. So such as for game design, I open it. So here's my cost. You're going to fill out your information. And then at the bottom, add it to your cart, make your payment, and submit. And that is complete. I know that was quick, so if there's any questions or you need me to show that again.
So easy. Great.
One of the questions that was in the chat that Ms. Livings did answer was for students that have accommodations. The staff will have access to the student accommodations during summer school, so they'll be able to provide some of their accommodations during summer school as well.
Similar answer to the next question. So our staff will have access to IEPs and we'll be reviewing those as they work with students.
Do we have any other questions? I will send a follow-up email tomorrow to all the registrants with the PowerPoint presentation. I'll also link the websites or to the website for summer school as well. And you'll also get a copy of the recording, the video recording for today, so that you can have as a resource. We have put the survey link in the chat for today's presentation. If you could just take a few minutes to fill that out for us, just to let us know how we're doing. And any future sessions that you may be interested in. Mandy and Laura, we did get a question in the chat about scholarships, the scholarships for a special class. Maybe you can answer that.
There is information on our website for the Discovery Enrichment classes about scholarships. So you can read that information at the top. And if you qualify for a scholarship, it'll show you the steps of what to do and what to submit so you can receive that scholarship.
Right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us. Again, I'll send a follow-up email with information. If you are having problems, of course, signing up for, or you can't log into Parent View, please reach out to your school for assistance. Our school parent liaisons there will also be able to assist you with registration. And so thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Thank you to Student Learning, Mandy and Laura for joining us tonight, for Patrick. And you guys have a wonderful evening.
Thank you all.
Thank you all. Thank you.